gotta get on this. All right, first question. What is your favorite word and why?
Oh, my favorite word. I have so many, but ironically, my favorite word is antiquated. I use that all the time. I'm always like, why do people have to be so antiquated with how
Oh,
we
give
do?
me your meaning and why do you use that?
I use antiquated as a way of helping people to understand that they're stuck
Mm,
they're stuck in a cycle on default. And usually we're using antiquated ways of having emotions, interacting with people. And so when we come in contact with something new, we
yeah,
default back to the old way, which is antiquated.
yeah.
I
Love it.
love that word.
Okay.
Love it.
Next one. What is the greatest thing ever invented?
The greatest thing, Doritos. Like, what do you mean?
I love it. See? So you would never know. It's just random question. Fast, Okay. What makes you happy when you're sad?
I was going to say Doritos again, but that's probably not a good answer. Uh,
Well, if you're sad and you want Doritos, I mean, I love Doritos.
I
I
don't
love
need them. They're on my
Mhm.
hips right now. Um, when I'm probably spending time with my husband.
Okay. What's your biggest weakness and your biggest strength?
My biggest weakness is the same thing. I'm a big dreamer. So it's a weakness in the sense that I can dream really, really big.
Yeah.
But then sometimes get lost in the details of making the big dream happen.
Yeah.
But that's also my biggest strength, right? It helps me to help others dream big.
Love it.
I coach them.
Someone you miss.
Oh, my father-in-law. He passed away. He passed away 14 years ago.
14. Now, do you ever, this is a random sidebar, do you ever feel his energy?
All the time.
Mm.
All the time.
See, this is why things just get sidebarred.
Yeah, no. And this is interesting, right? Because this is truly what I believe, that when our loved ones leave, their spirit just changes form,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
they're ever present, but just
Yeah,
not in the form of which what we knew them. And it
yeah.
was so funny when my father-in-law passed away, we were all at his house. This was funny. We were all at his house, and we were, people had come over, and my husband, his stepmom, they're greeting people, and people were eating, and it was after the wake and stuff. And it was getting kind of late, and my husband, his sisters, and I, we looked at each other, because my father-in-law was very, very private. He was a
Mhm.
very private man. He would have not had all those people in his house.
He's like, I don't like all these people in my house.
Oh, God.
Get out.
So we, at one point, it's like 9:30, and we look around, and we're like, Daddy would not want all these people. And as we say it, he had a picture of himself when he was on a cruise ship, and it was over on his like alcohol cart. He had like a cart with like
Yeah.
his vodka and stuff like that. And the picture,
That,
bam,
something like
and
that happened to me too.
it was so loud. That house was cleared out in 5 minutes.
Wow, that's hysterical. That happened to me as well.
Did it?
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's funny. Yeah, like funny how we say this and that we have these conversations because when my mom had passed away, normally I think it's the older son that has to do like, I think it's like a certain amount of time that they pass, you're supposed to do like a ceremony, like you put
Mhm.
wine out and food and put their photo up and you burn incense and you honor them, right? So I just had this huge feeling that I wanted to do it too, even though it's for the older son to do it. So I did it anyway. And I had my mom's photo leaning up against something, so it's just leaning and it's in the kitchen table. I have my little kids and they're running around the table, and the photo is up and it has all the food and everything. But the kids have been running around this table for a while. So if any time it would fall,
It would have fallen already.
it would have fallen already. But it didn't fall until my ex-husband went to light an incense to it. I was like, oh. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And the funny other thing is that I told you before, like when I had decided to turn the room downstairs to an Airbnb, I had found a really old dime like on a shelf. And I was like,
Yeah, you told me about that.
what the hell? And so recently, maybe 2 days ago, um, I was moving my bag around and I found two dimes that had fallen out of my purse.
Mm.
Two dimes. And I have every change in this purse, dimes, nickels, quarters, everything. But I found two dimes. I found one at one point and I was like, why is there a dime there? And then I found another one. I'm like, oh my God, I found another coin. And so today I picked them up just because my friend said that, she's like, oh, you should look at the year on it, because when my father had died, she found Australian coins, and she's Australian, you know, so she found an Australian coin, and then she looked up the year, and the year was her birthday.
What?
So then I grabbed the 2 coins to look at it, but I think it's like, I think one of them is 1975, and then the other one might be 2022 or 2021. But I was just finding it interesting. I was like, oh, it's kind of close to my year, and
Yeah,
but the fact that it's 2 dimes now.
it is. It is. And every time, the other one is that every time there's a song, like my father-in-law had like a CD of like gospel songs that my husband and I found when we were clearing out his space.
Mhm.
And so we held on to the CD, and we would always, like, you know, during the holidays when we would miss him, we would play it. There was one song that was his favorite song.
Yeah.
And random times during the year, when that song comes on the radio, my husband and I will look at each other and we'll be like, okay, we feel like he's communicating because
Yeah.
we both feel it. And a
Yeah.
lot of times we felt it. I felt his presence a lot when Life played soccer. He doesn't play soccer anymore,
Yeah.
but when my son played soccer, we would hear that song a lot.
Mhm.
And my husband and I, we would just look at each other and we were like, okay, he's here. Like,
He's here.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, totally. Like I've also like smelled my mom's perfume or her scent.
Wow.
Yeah, like one time I was like on the computer when I was still married, and I was like, I think everybody was gone, and I was just sitting by the computer near the stairs, and I just smelled her, not her perfume yet, but I smelled her, and I'm like, what do I smell her? I was like, oh, and then I'll be like, hi mom, you know. And another time I was napping, and as I was like just about to wake up, I kept smelling her poison perfume that she loved to wear. And I kept
Mm.
smelling it, but I smelled it like 3 times, where I had to like jolt myself out of this of like sleep, because I'm like, why do I keep smelling her? You know?
No.
And I sniffed it 3 times specifically. I'm like what? What is happening? So she's always around. I just randomly will just talk to her. I'm like, hi mom, this is what I need help with. Let me know. I need some help here. I'm having a hard time, you know?
Oh.
So what is a random fact that people don't know about you?
Random fact. People probably do know this about me, but I don't know. It's kind of random. I've been on a few reality TV shows.
You have, oh wait, there was one, I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw the, before and after of the
All right.
bedroom.
That was the recent one. Yep. With my bedroom was redone.
Yeah.
Kyle and I were on OWN. We stayed at an Airbnb and they showcased our relationship.
That's
It
awesome.
was the bed and breakfast, Aquaba Mansion. She has one in Pennsylvania, she has one in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
She has them in DC, Philadelphia, New Jersey. Pretty famous bread and breakfasts. And
Ooh, okay.
she had her own show and we were guests on her show.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
then I did a couple other ones. Like I did a reality competition for fashion, like when I was pregnant with my son.
Mhm.
So I've done a few. Yeah.
See, that's cool. I didn't know that, I'm learning all these kind of things that I didn't know about you.
Well, what about you? I turned that one back on you.
Oh, a random fact about me?
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was funny last time I spoke to Jordan. He's like, what do you do for fun or whatever? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like bowling. I like, tennis, or I like, but he was just laughing at the fact that I said bowling. He's like, you're a bowler? I was like, yeah, I know how to bowl. He's like, you bowling? He's like, what? What are 5 things that you hate or 5 things that you love?
Wow. So I'll go with 5 things that I love,
That's a
right?
lot. Let's make it 3
Yeah, let's make it 3.
or
3
2.
things that I love outside of my family, right? Because everyone's gonna say their family. Da, da, da.
Because I
So
gotta fix this for my holiday game card.
yes.
I
3
gotta get
things
on
I
that.
love outside of like the usual, right? My immediate
Yeah,
family
yeah.
would be I love fashion, like love fashion. And that specifically shoes, bags, glasses.
Mhm.
I love inspiring people. I love people who are inspiring, right? I love people who are in their craft. Like people, I think I've said this before, like I cry watching certain performers and my family will look at me like, what the hell are you crying? I was like, you didn't just feel that?
Divine, the divinity in them, right?
I
That's it.
do. I
Right?
do. I remember Justin Timberlake was performing on the I think it was the MTV Awards or the Grammys or something. And it was like a huge performance. And he was so freaking good.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like when people are in their genius zone,
Mm-hmm.
it's so good. I felt that way when I saw Dave Chappelle.
Mm.
I saw Dave Chappelle live in Radio City.
Yeah.
And I just sat there for a minute and I was like, God, like just when you know what you do well,
Yes.
it feels so good. And it feels good when you're watching someone in their genius zone.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I love it. I love it.
That's one of my,
And
and then my other
you
favorite
see
thing is
them in their elements, you know?
you see them in their element, but you are the recipient of their gift, if that makes sense.
It does, because that's how I feel about you in these inspiring conversations.
Oh, don't make me cry, Linda. That's so sweet.
I do, because like I've seen you on, social media and this and that, and I've, seen just little things here and there. But when I saw something in one of your videos viewing a husband, I was like, I see something there. There's a light there. There's like a beautiful peace in you and happiness in you that I saw, and it resonated with me, where I was just like, I have to talk to you. And then I love it in these conversations because I see you in your element, and I love it that other people will be able to see you in a different light as well, as
Yeah.
opposed to how you really professionally put yourself out there.
Oh yeah.
So
It's different.
yeah, this is like the curtains down. This is us like from high school just chatting, and
Just chatting.
and they see a different person and
Yeah.
different thing that they can relate to, and that's how I love shining the light on you.
Yeah. I enjoy it and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for our time. And I, yeah, I'm
Okay.
grateful.
So what are 3 things that you don't like?
I don't, oh man, this is tough. I don't like judgmental people. And when I mean judgmental, because I think we're all judgmental,
Mhm,
I think people who don't give new ideas and concepts a chance, like
mhm.
that bothers me.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like rodents, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Oh,
like those either.
particularly squirrels. I think they're like
Oh
so
my God.
active. They're ugly. They're just like gross. Um,
Oh, you wouldn't want to be on this reality show that I saw, which was like swapping wives.
nope, nope.
And then one of them liked to feed all the squirrels in the backyard, and she had to go out there and feed the squirrels.
No, 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 no. I would have been like, time to go.
That's the next reality show you should do, swapping wives.
Swapping. Well, absolutely not. And probably the last thing I don't like, I don't like a lot of things, but I really don't enjoy like seasoning meat. Like I think cooking meat is like,
Yeah.
who wants to do this? And it's funny because I'll watch like, the Food Network and I love Guy Fieri. I love Sunny. I love these people that they're out. I don't want to touch it. I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's not fun touching it. Like if I'm actually cooking a lot of meat for people for a party, I don't want to eat,
mm-mm,
because I don't want to eat all the meat that I just touched,
mm-mm.
and like what, but like it tastes great. I'm sure it does. It's just that
Yes.
I start getting turned off, and I'm like, I just give me some wine. What made you smile today?
Oh, this conversation.
What are you holding on to that you need to let go?
Oof, that's good. Well, I'm holding on to a lot of things I probably need to let go, but one that I'll share now
Mm-hmm.
is I'm still holding on a little bit to, some self-doubt, which I think we all kind
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah,
know. I almost feel like self-doubt could be our security blanket.
it is, and I feel like it keeps us humble. So I
Mm-mm.
think, so I feel like it's still good to have a little bit of that, because it keeps us humble, and you know,
I like that. I'm gonna shift how I
yeah,
think about it.
yeah. So I don't think it's a bad thing, because if you didn't have that little bit of it, then you just have this aura of cockiness.
Oh, that's good.
And people don't want to resonate with someone who knows it all and is cocky. You know what I mean? Because I love that when you come and talk with me, even though you have your opinions about things,
Yeah.
there's no like I'm better than you or there's a judgment of things. I just want to give you advice of what I think, and then you can do whatever you need to do. But there's no like, you know,
Yeah.
higher level of I'm better than you. So I think that's
I
good.
love that. I'm gonna definitely use that to shift my thinking. That was
Very
good
good.
thinking.
You're welcome. The favorite thing about where you live.
Favorite thing about where I live is, I want to say diversity, but it's kind of cheesy.
What
Um,
town are you in?
West Orange, New
Mhm.
Jersey. It's pretty diverse. Kind of
I
like,
think, you know what? I think I saw a coffee shop in West Orange on Instagram that I was like, oh, this is a cute cafe. And it's called Harper Cafe.
oh yeah, I know the owners.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh, and I think I saw it because they have some art up on the wall and they were
Yeah.
going to raffle some off. And I was like, they need some of my
Yes.
art.
I know the husband and wife. The husband actually owns his own ice cream company too.
Oh my God, that's so
It's
cool.
delicious.
I was like, they
And
need some art.
look them up and order the ice cream. Great. They're a wonderful young couple. Like
That's
so
so,
cool.
that's so
So
cool.
cool. When I used to go to the gym over by where the shop is, I would have my breakfast sandwiches there. So,
Mhm.
well, small world. Look at that.
See, and it just randomly popped up on my Instagram, and I was just like, "Oh, this shop is really cute. They have some art up, and they should have my art." And
Okay,
then
so
I was like,
next time you come to Jersey, we'll go and we'll have lunch.
"Yeah, what is your biggest strength?"
Oh, my biggest strength is definitely my intuition.
Yes, huge.
Yeah.
Biggest weakness.
Biggest weakness is, I would say, having sometimes not organizing all the things that I want to do.
Mm. Yeah, we
You
gotta
know,
get your office in order.
girl.
You might need to hire my cleaning services, organizing services, getting your podcast station up,
Yes.
right?
Yes. That's definitely what it is.
What's your favorite time of the day?
Morning.
What's your idea of a perfect date?
Oh, perfect date would definitely be like a good dinner, like a foodie, like the best freaking meal ever, and then DJ club dancing. It doesn't even have to have a lot of people. Like the
Mhm.
DJ just needs to be really good. I
Yeah,
could I can dance all night.
yeah,
Old school dance too.
like 90s,
Yeah.
like hip hop.
90s and 2000s, like that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's the one vice you wish you could give up?
Man, stinky potato chips.
Stinky potato chips? Like what?
Yeah. I have like I the smellier they are, the better. Salt and vinegar, sour cream,
Okay.
onion, Doritos,
Mhm.
Cool Ranch.
Yeah.
I
Do you
just
try like all those crazy ones too? Like they have like weird ones like pickled
no, no,
flavor.
no. Mm-mm.
No.
To me, they shouldn't do that. That is wrong. It's
Yeah.
disrespectful to potato chip lovers. We don't want all of that. Like to me, you know what it is? I feel like marketing and advertising, like, oh, they love potato chips. They're willing to eat dirt on a chip. No, I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
don't disrespect the chip. That's
Because
gross.
they run out of ideas and they think that people need all these new things. Well, no, just keep giving us the ones that we like.
No, just be perfect with the ones that are our usuals, right?
Yes.
Give me a good barbecue. Yes,
Or
we're
like
good.
a honey bar. I was just having this one honey barbecue something.
Honey barbecue. Yeah, see, you keep it simple.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
How can you make someone feel special and loved?
Hmm. I always think praying for someone, like you just don't even realize how much people want someone to ask
Mhm.
God for them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are afraid to ask
Mhm.
or they don't know what to ask. And I'm not one of those people that say, "Oh, I'm going to pray for you," and then I just like go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
You're like,
actually
no,
do.
we're gonna
pray-
pray for you.
Yeah.
What TV character do you think you're most similar to?
Oh my goodness. You should probably ask this of my kids. I'm thinking probably one of the crazy housewives that nobody would ever guess would really be me. But I
Oh
can't.
yeah, who?
Yeah, no.
We need that. We need that. Who is this housewife? I need to know now. We need to know the real Sunrise Scott. Come on. Sunrise
No,
Smith.
no. No, that's a hard one. I can't think of it. I can't
Is it a
think.
New Jersey housewife or a New York housewife or Atlantic
No, no, no,
housewife?
no. No, it wouldn't be any of them.
Oh, okay.
It would probably be more like LA or Potomac, like one of
Oh,
the.
I need to know because I've watched these shows.
I can't help it, giving up way too much of the goods. They were like, what?
See, this is what we need. We need the inside scoop. That's why these fast-paced ones are funny.
Oh my God. I would probably say there's so many, but I have a little bit of Arya in me from Game of Thrones. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, then you know who Arya is. I have a little, I don't know. My kids laugh. They said I have a little bit of Whitley Gilbert in me from a different world.
Different world, yeah. I just saw a little interview with her.
Yeah. Yeah. Her character, but also who she is in real life. Like she is great.
I saw her in real life on the Breakfast Club, and they were
Oh, that's the interview. Yes.
yeah, and I saw a little clip of that. I was
So
like,
that's
oh,
like a little bit, and she's more of an
the
aunt
opposite.
to me. We're not peers. She's older, but that's, I got a little bit of that in me.
Yeah.
A little bit of Arya from Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the other housewife.
And one of the housewives.
And that you won't mention. We'll have to give you some drinks and then you'll tell me.
Right? Yes.
What's the hardest thing you ever had to do?
Probably the hardest thing I ever had to do was taking my mom to her chemo, dropping her and not being able to go inside with her during the pandemic.
Oh my God. There was a couple people that I had talked to who went through it during the pandemic, and you just can't be there and they're just alone.
They were alone. She had to go in for radiation by herself and sitting in the car waiting for her.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard.
That's hard. And how is she doing now?
She's good. She's good. She's in remission. She's on she's like on like a chemo drug that suppresses the cancer in her body. So she's doing well. Listen, considering where they thought she was going to be,
really
is now, yeah, she's doing great.
That's awesome. Thank God.
Yeah.
What did you want to be when you grow up?
Oh my God, I wanted to be a gynecologist.
Really?
Yeah, I just knew I was going to be OBGYN. And then I got to college and I was like, this pre-med crap is for the birds. I don't want to do this. This is disgusting.
You're like, this is too much. This is too much.
I hate science. What is this?
Well, thank God you didn't go into that and you're doing what you're doing now.
I agree.
Thank God for that. What is your favorite meal on a cheat day?
Oh, my favorite meal. Lux Cafe, which is like an offshoot of the Cheesecake Factory. Lux Cafe has Asian nachos.
Really?
Oh my God.
I've never had the Asian nachos.
It's like this plate of like nachos with chicken and cheese and peanut butter sauce and sprinkled with nuts.
It's kind of like a Thai version or something. Does that have bean sprouts and stuff?
No, they don't have all of that.
Oh, okay.
They don't have all of that. Okay. But yeah, that right there is like,
that's interesting.
Delish.
What is your favorite smell?
Any one of my Bath and Body Works candles. Like, I don't play.
Favorite song?
Favorite song? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's tough. I have a lot.
Favorite songs?
Anything that that's tough. That's so tough.
I know. Anything from our 90s probably, and whatever you like recently too.
Well, I love Nas. So I would definitely say anything off of Lauryn Hill's album.
Yeah.
It was such a range, right? She did relationships, she did empowerment, she
Yeah.
did feelings, emotions. So any of those, particularly the one that she did with Mary J.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off her album. That was a good one.
Yeah, like I would say definitely like Mary J. Blige, Tupac, Biggie,
Mhm.
yeah, Lauryn Hill, definitely Wu-Tang, like all of those from the
Oh,
90s.
all of the above.
All of them, yeah. What's your favorite color?
It used to be purple. Now it's like blush pink.
If you could change one thing about me, what would it be?
One thing about you, one thing about me.
Me.
I wouldn't change anything about you. You're amazing.
I don't know. I was like, am I asking this question? I was like, what's the thing you change about me? I don't know. There was
Actually,
another question that was interesting. What was your first impression of me?
when we were younger or now?
I don't know, both, right? Because I've changed.
You have. I think when we were younger, my impression was looking back, right? Because
Yeah.
clearly in my young mind, I would not have said this back then, but I know I kind of thought it, but didn't have the words. Very closed.
Mhm.
Like you were there and you were present with us, but you were guarded.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Yeah.
Guarded would be the word.
Yeah.
And now I would probably use the word like just creative. Like you were like, it's funny when I look at your tattoo. Have
Yeah.
you watched that show, Peripheral?
No.
Oh,
I need to watch that.
go watch it.
All right, I gotta write this down.
It's on Amazon. It's on Prime.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime?
Okay. So there's a character. I don't want to go into too much of it because I want you to watch it yourself and then we can talk about it next week.
Okay.
Her tattoos move. So
Oh.
every time I see and this was before I watched the show, but whenever I see your tattoos, I feel like they're alive. And that's why I say creative. Like I feel
Yeah,
like your creativity just is constantly moving.
yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Oh, you got to watch it and tell me what you think.
Okay. If you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
Go to the White House and sign all the executive orders that Joe Biden hasn't signed.
Oh my God.
I'm going to stay away from that one, but good.
Yeah, I know. I think I just saw something with Biden too. I'm like, we're just gonna stay away. Ooh, tell me one secret. One secret.
One secret. I like, this is going to be so crazy. People are going to be like, what? I like Viking shows.
See, that's a guilty pleasure right there.
It is like the TV show, like the
maybe
TV
you
show
were in the
Viking
era in a past life.
It might have been. I like, there's another one. Yeah, I like all those shows with like, the Vikings.
I love it. See, that's hysterical and I love it. And we learn something new doing these, like, maybe we should do that. You should do like, rapid fires at the end of, a session, or rapid fires in the beginning,
I
or
think
whatever.
so. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Because then it makes it more fun, because people are less like.
It would be really helpful if I had the Art and Hustle rapid fire question game.
I will get that to you.
In the box so I can hold it up and show everybody and then ask the questions.
Yeah, you're like, all right, here, we're going to end it on some Art and Hustle rapid fire questions.
I'm serious.
Well, here's my pile. So I think I have enough.
I think you do.
See, remember when we said, like, are you going to start your book? You're like, yeah, I guess so, because it's probably done. I probably have enough. So here's the game. I think I have enough. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I love it. Thank you so much again for our weekly conversations. This was so fun. And we got to get on that sip and paint.
Yes, we do. I already know people. I already have people in mind. So.
Perfect. All right. Sounds good. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.